Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, October the 11th, 2022. Today's daily Bible readings come to us for the semi-continuous Psalm 102, 1 through 17, Jeremiah 29, 24 through 32, or you could read, Ephesians 6, 10 through 20, or you could have read for the semi-continuous, or the complementary rather, Psalm 61, 2 Kings 5, 19 through 27, and then Ephesians 6, 10 through 20. I'm going to take a look at Jeremiah and talk about, lying on your resume. People do that. People make false claims about their experience, about their credentials, about their abilities, about their authorities. People do it all the time. Unfortunately, fudge on your resume a little bit. And generally is, like you college students out there, I recommend you don't do that. You make false claims and drop names so that you can get, that cherry position that you've wanted. It's just dishonest. And then, you might get caught at it. Most times doing something like that would just maybe cost you your job when somebody finds out that you didn't actually do this or didn't actually do that, or it'd be a big embarrassment. And you gotta apologize, and might still cost you your job. Maybe you get sued. I don't know. It could happen. But most always, you end up making a pariah of yourself amongst your colleagues. So, just don't lie about your credentials. Just don't claim to be all that when you're not all that. But here's the thing, so people make false claims. False prophets make falser claims. So, and if you're a prophet and you make these false claims, lie about your resume, see, that's where this guy Shemaiah messed up in today's Bible reading from Jeremiah. That happens a lot. False prophets, one of the reasons they're false is because they make claims about their authority and their credentials that they don't really have. They can't really back up. That's what makes them false prophets. It's great. It's easy rule of thumb to remember it by. That's where this guy messes up. I guess he felt his gifts and talents perhaps weren't being used effectively in his current appointment, so he took it upon himself to pen a letter, claiming authority and gifts and talents that he didn't really have. In this letter, he not only claims authority and credentials he doesn't have, but then he also drops a name that he really shouldn't be dropping. He drops God's name and claims that God himself has told him to write this letter and given him these words, that he claims to speak for God. That's a big problem. So long story short, if you're going to lie in your resume, don't be telling people that God told you to do that. But, long story short, God doesn't appreciate being used as a reference on this false resume. He, let's just say, fires Shemaiah, so to speak. Everything that God has said about Israel's future through Jeremiah, God upholds, and God upholds Jeremiah's position as the actual person in charge, the actual prophet that God is working through. And he makes a promise that everything that he has said about Israel's future through his real prophet, Jeremiah, Shemaiah won't get to see at all. So, yeah, don't lie on your resume, folks. Anyway, that's the DBR for today. Get out, enjoy the day. We'll talk to you later. Boop.